How to get Brazilian citizenship, marriage, birth, residency, investment explained. If you are watching this, you are probably already thinking about Brazil, maybe as a place to invest, to live, or to raise a family. And one question keeps coming up. Can I actually become a Brazilian? This answer is yes. And the path might be shorter than you think. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 4 legal ways to obtain Brazilian citizenship: marriage, birth, long-term residency, and investments. I will tell you exactly how long each one takes, what document you need, and the legal traps that most people fall into before they even get started. Stay under the end because this first pathway is the one of the most investor complete overlook. My name is Iure. I'm Brazilian lawyer and I'm working for international clients for the last 20 years. It's important to know Brazil have a huge population, more than 113 millions of people. Is a member of Mercosul, okay, and we have system that Brazilian constitution, okay, and give the possibility to have, for example, a dual citizenship, okay. So you don't need to give up your current passport. If you know more about it, the ways to become a Brazilian, it's right in the federal constitution and the immigration law. So the first condition to become a Brazilian citizenship. So the first pathway is the citizen by birth. That means you can get the citizenship automatically, okay? So Brazil follow what legal scholars can call just solely right off the soil, okay? That means that if you arrive in Brazil with your wife and your wife get a baby in Brazil, automatically this baby become a Brazilian, regardless the nationality of the parents. No application is necessary, no waiting period. So do you receive your baby? You receive a certificate issued by a Brazil authority. It is, in this case, is a proof of the citizenship. Okay, so there is one exception: children born in Brazil to foreign parents who are in the country in official government capacity, diplomats, militaries, attaché. These children doesn't receive automatically the citizenship. So of course we have in Brazil the second dimension is jus sanguinis, right of blood. If you are a Brazilian citizen and your child is born abroad, it's possible to ask the Brazilian nationality, to acquire the Brazilian nationality. It's necessary to follow some steps, but it's possible. So if your child born in Brazil, automatically your child become a Brazilian citizen, okay? Of course, this create a direct legal pathway for you, the parents, because you can apply for a permanent residency because your child is a Brazilian. And you can after ask for Brazilian citizenship because you get a permanent visa, and after 4 years living in Brazil, because of your child, you can ask for Brazilian citizenship. The second possibility is citizenship by marriage. So the most common and not so much understand is possible to get the citizenship through the marriage to Brazilian national, of course. Okay, so it's important to understand. If you marry a Brazilian, does not give you automatically the citizenship. Okay, it just you have automatically the permanent residency. So what's happened after getting your permanent residency, you can formalize and ask for a Brazilian citizenship. And then the period to be here in Brazil must be at least 1 year, because the rule is 4 years, but can reduce to 1 year if you get married to Brazilian wife or a woman or man. Okay, so it's possible to ask the Brazilian citizenship. Of course, you need to have a proof that you speak Portuguese, but it's possible to apply after 1 year having a permanent visa. It's the same thing for your child. That means if you want to get citizenship after getting 1 year of residency because your child born in Brazil, you can apply for Brazilian citizenship. The same thing, you need to have a proof that you speak Portuguese. Okay, I think it's interesting because imagine 1 year, after 1 year of permanent residency, you can apply for Brazilian citizenship. Another possibility is citizenship by residency. Okay, so the third pathway that is called ordinary naturalization. Okay, citizen through long-term legal residence in Brazil. This is the standard route for those who do not have a Brazilian spouse, okay, doesn't have a Brazilian-born child, and you have a qualified investment, okay? So you need to have a permanent visa, and the base legal requirement is 4 years to continue legal residence in Brazil with permanent resident. Okay, so you need to have been at least 4 years living in Brazil. You need to have 4 years of permanent visa, okay, and speak Portuguese, have a proof that speak Portuguese. In any case, you have another documentation that you need to show. That means the criminal background from your country of birth, okay. You need to show the birth certificate, okay. So after that, you can apply for Brazilian citizenship. And what kind of investment? In fact, if you ask for investment in Brazil, investment visa, this kind of visa that you open a company in Brazil or you buy a company in Brazil, you need to invest at least 500,000 reais in Brazilian company. After that, of course, you need to create jobs in Brazil, you need to show to Brazilian authority your business plan. But after you get in your permanent visa through investment, okay, it's possible to apply because it's considered this kind of visa is a permanent visa, so a permanent residency. And think about the real estate residency does not give you the possibility the first way. That's been because when you ask for real estate investment, you get a 4 years of visa. Duration your visa is 4 years. But after the 4 years, if you continue to keep your real estate in Brazil, you can change your visa to a permanent visa. In this case, after 4 years living in Brazil, you ask for a permanent change through temporary 4 years to a permanent visa because you continue to keep your real estate in Brazil. You can ask for a citizenship. In the same case, you need to speak Portuguese, have approved that you speak Portuguese, have to show all the documents that the Brazilian Federal Police you ask you, birth certificate, criminal background. It's the same thing for other type of requirements to get a Brazilian citizenship. Okay, it's possible to ask those in those conditions. And another interesting point, if you live in Brazil for more than 15 years, okay, you can apply for Brazilian citizenship. In this case, it's not necessary to show that you have Portuguese proficiency, the Portuguese language, that you speak Portuguese is not necessary if you stay in Brazil then more than 15 years. Okay, let's recap. There is a possibility that there are different ways to get the citizenship. So by birth, okay, so by birth it's automatically way. If you born in Brazil, your child born in Brazil, they can automatically have the Brazilian citizenship. By marriage, okay, after 1 year with family visa by marriage, you can apply for Brazilian citizenship. Okay, by residency, after 4 years of Brazilian residency, but must be permanent residency. Okay, after living in Brazil for 4 years with permanent visa, or you can get the pathway by investment. Okay, it depends of the type of investment, but the traditional investment visa that you apply for Brazilian investment visa using the way by acquiring a company in Brazil or opening a company in Brazil and invest at least 500,000 reais, you will have a permanent visa, and then you can apply for Brazilian citizenship. Or if you apply for a real estate investment visa, after 4 years of your temporary visa that you get, you ask for permanent visa, and then you can apply for Brazilian citizenship. Okay, if you have any question, send us a message about this subject. Keep on eye about others videos that we have in our channel, and thank you very much.